Hello and welcome to Campaign Comrades, your favorite leftist gaming podcast. I'm your host, Ben, and with me as always are my co-hosts.
I'm Mikey Deals.
Gotta get the plug in early. Gotta get the plug in early, folks.
Yeah, check him out at Cut the Mic at TCG Gaming. I'm Matt, by the way.
What up? It's Andrew. I'm not shilling
also
anything.
Plugging Mike's TCG deals.
Absolutely. Gotta get that in.
Did you know you can get your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards from Cut the Mic at TCG Deals?
And not just Yu-Gi-Oh, right? You're doing
Magic and Pokemon too.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. I gotta check out your Magic stock.
It's limited.
I'm sure it was the most limited of the three.
It is, for sure.
But I still gotta check it out.
I don't understand that market or how the rarities work there. I'm starting to understand Pokemon, but Magic is just a whole nother beast.
Yeah, hey, I don't even know how all that shit works either.
Yeah.
You just got to go through it the way I do and just find the cards with the prettiest artwork that are the shiniest.
That's how it should be, right? That's
for sure.
Be.
Is that not how it is?
Not in Magic.
No, because it's all about the meta. It's all about the meta.
Yeah. Well, I mean, same in Yu-Gi-Oh too, but
like,
usually
what's hot.
Yeah, but Dark Magician Girl always sells for $100 because.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's just the waifu tax.
Yeah,
it's the waifu tax. It literally is a term in the Yu-Gi-Oh market, the waifu
It's
tax.
a term in many markets.
Yeah.
Have you seen a game called Genshin Impact?
Oh, I've been targeted for it.
Yeah, so many. Yeah, like I've got it when I'm doing stuff for work here, and looking at my gaming news feed, and it's like I run across a site that
soul hackers.
Off my ad blocker. Yeah, I'm basically just getting bombarded with Genshin Impact, which I don't hate it. I don't have to play it, and I can still see all the pretty waifus. So kind of the best of both worlds.
As a true enjoyer, Genshin Impact was just clearly jumping on the bandwagon that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 brought with waifu collection.
Mm-hmm.
Like a crude imitation of true art.
Speaking of Xenoblade, how you making progress in ZB3, XB3? I like
just liberated my second colony. Super cool. Love liberating the war-torn children from their masters.
Nice.
This is not a political game, is it?
Oh no, not at all. You live 10 years to be a soldier and die on the battlefield. That's your entire purpose for being.
Yeah, in glorious combat. How many waifus have you added? Actually, from what you've told me about this game, it's less waifu collection and more femboy collection. Which progress.
So far.
Progress.
Yeah, so far. So like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 had you collecting waifus because they were your different blades that you'd swap through. Mm-hmm. In this game, they've gone back to the simplicity of like you're a person who wields a weapon, like your weapon is your weapon. But instead of collecting waifus to be your weapon, you're collecting different characters to join your party, so you can have up to 27 different characters who you can slot into the last slot in your party.
That's insane.
And you can learn all their different their classes and stuff. I've only caught 2 of them so far. Caught them like Pokemon.
Yeah, in the wild.
Yeah. One of them is in fact a waifu. The first one they give you. They know what they're doing.
They know their player base.
Yeah, exactly. They can't let their fans be immediately disappointed.
Yeah, and like because it's a JRPG, it's a silver-haired waifu because. That's got to be how it. That's how you know she's powerful. But her class, the Flash Fencer class, is crazy. She is basically an evolution on the evasion tank turned into just a full on like DPS monster.
I know. I mean, I'm still such a noob when it comes to the JRPG. I've barely dipped my toe in at this point, and so the concept of an evasion tank was pretty new to me. But man, I love it. It's such a
it's my favorite class in the series.
Because regular tanks are like a little boring to me. It's just like your
they
big
stand there
guy.
and they just like hit and take damage.
Yeah, it's like it's not much fun, but it's so fun to see both your numbers go up as you're whacking away at them, but also to see miss.
Yeah,
as
evasion.
they just draw all the aggro and never get touched. It's very
It's like
fun.
I've got 3 supports now who can each individually drop an attack up circle, a defense up circle, and an evasion up circle. And sometimes they do it just right where you can stand in all 3 as the flash fencer, and you are just an immortal god.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's like you basically every time you cancel an art there, you increase your damage output, and it's like a proportional like 125%, 150%, 175%.
I'm definitely becoming more and more of a Nintendo in my later days, making up for my.
It's because
my
Nintendo is our friend,
Yeah.
and they will do no wrong.
But I've making up for my childhood lack of not having an N64. Like I still I must though bow down to our. This is I guess tangentially news. We must pay our respects to the self-appointed N64 king.
Oh my God,
shout out
man.
to the absolute legend Ace Gamer Sam, a Canadian Twitch streamer who rightfully claimed his title by beating all 296 games.
Not just beating, completing.
All right. Completing,
really?
Yeah.
God damn.
That number is baffling to me. 296 games, so all the ones that were released in North America because they were regionally locked.
Yeah. Because there's this whole thing, I think I've covered it a little bit before, where older cartridge-based games, they had a limited amount of space, and Japanese dialogue took up less space because one character can mean more of a chunk of a sentence, whereas in like the English
efficiency.
Like that, there were games that just couldn't come over because they couldn't be localized, essentially.
Yeah, we talked about that. How in that era, the majority of the memory was were the sound files, not actually the visual.
I think it was like 60-something% of the Pokemon cartridge was the music.
Amazing. Something that wasn't on the list, but I saw on Instagram while I was pooping before we started recording.
Yeah, prime work hours right there.
Yeah, exactly. There was some controversy.
Obviously we're working, so you're pooping on the job.
Yeah, always. Only time you poop. There's some controversy over the King of Kong, who's has the highest score in Donkey Kong and Pac-Man, I guess, as well on the arcade game.
What is this fucking Pixels with Adam Sandler?
That's what my mind just went to. No, it's Peter Dinklage who is a cheater.
So this guy got accused of cheating.
Yeah, what's his name?
He ran an emulator instead of running it on the actual arcade game. So a bunch of people did forensic. Yeah, they did forensic analysis of his gameplay or some shit, and discovered it was on an emulator. And at one point, Guinness World Records took away his record, and whatever speed run or I don't know, arcade fucking high score tracking nerd Reddit that also gave him an award took it away. I think Guinness World Records gave it back. But
is it this guy?
Steve Wiebe.
Is it this guy?
Sorry, it's Weibay.
Yes, him.
I think actually that he may have been basically I'm pretty sure the Peter Dinklage character from Pixels is supposed to be based off of him.
Amazing.
Because even
it's Billy Mitchell. Billy Mitchell, that's it.
Yes, Billy Mitchell. It says right here, yeah, under one of those pictures, yeah. And I'm pretty sure that's what he was based off because Peter Dinklage's look in that movie is he's got the long hair and the beard.
Yeah, except this dude, Bill, what is it? Bill Mitchell?
Billy Mitchell, yeah.
Billy Mitchell. He's a very tall dude.
Yeah, he's not a little person.
Yes, and obviously the joke is that Peter Dinklage is also very tall.
That movie is again one we love to see.
Have we watched that?
I've never watched it, to be honest.
Never watched that movie?
I think I've seen it on TV. I think I saw it on it was on TV one time. I watched.
It's not a good.
I've watched it twice. Oh no, none of those Adam Sandler movies are good, but are they still funny? Again, I will always laugh.
How could you not
Kevin
watch
James
Kevin James
as the president?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen that one either.
He's the president in that movie.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
His wife is.
That's too much detail for me. All I remember is
no spoilers.
That they have the creator of Pac-Man get his hand eaten and pixelated by Pac-Man.
I could talk to him. He is my son.
I think I saw that in like the trailer or something. Or
Yeah, that was in
slip.
the that was definitely one of the more publicized bits. All right, so yeah, that was like
his wife is Jane Krakowski.
okay, classic. Um, the so yeah, that was some. I mean, when did he beat the last one? The article that I had didn't actually say like when this guy beat his 296 or sorry
I don't know.
completed.
It was like
that
last
one.
week sometime.
Yeah, because I mean, I wouldn't surprise me. Like that's a project that you
Was
you
years?
started. You started in the 90s. When they were coming out live. But yeah,
That's an absolutely kingly collection to have too. I have every N64 game.
yeah, the pictures from the article, like his display cabinet of all the cartridges are sick.
Yeah.
That's a good chunk of change right there too.
Yeah,
Depends on when you started buying them.
true.
Because like
had
yes,
them
they've
from back
always
in the
been
day.
expensive, but they ticked up a lot recently in value because of the boom in gaming.
In the pandemic.
You know what? People are talking about how say these classic games. You could call Nintendo's online infrastructure classic, and how it refuses to improve or come up to the rest of the market standard. Matt and I were talking last night about people were complaining about the new online matchmaking for Splatoon 3 about being peer to peer, which he talked rightfully says. It's not new for Nintendo. That's just what they do. But my question is, why do they do it? If they're the only ones who do it, why?
Because it's cheaper.
Because they don't really. Nintendo does not care about multiplayer. Like that's the fundamental truth of it all.
I guess that's the fact is that Splatoon is like one of their only games that is largely. It does have a
Mario Kart,
single
Splatoon,
player.
Smash are their three biggest online users.
Yeah, but like it's people are like so we're joking about just like what is my Nintendo Online subscription going or payment going towards, if not server actual say server capacity to host these online
you are giving them server capacity, and that's to access the server space they're storing all the classic games on.
But why won't they say upgrade that infrastructure? Is just they're just not enough in their portfolio to justify it? Or like
I just don't think they're going to do it until the next either iteration and or console. Yeah, I think they're going to stick.
Why would they change it?
Like that's the thing. It's like the Switch is so old at this point. Weird to say. The Switch is so old that there's no real point in messing with something that's worked well enough. At this point in its life cycle, you don't want to fuck up anything retroactively by changing anything. Any wholesale changes you want to do should be on your next iteration of hardware at this point. It's just what like Nintendo doesn't really care about multiplayer is what it comes down to.
Or just their player base in general.
Well, it's like they don't want chat because they don't want the toxicity that comes with chat in games. Because Nintendo is for good boys and girls.
I mean, honestly, I don't blame them. It's
only for good boys and girls. You got to keep proving that you're good boys and girls, because we'll take that away at the second.
I was going to say it's for good boys and girls, so make sure you buy Bayonetta 3 October 28th.
That one I will be buying.
Yeah, I mean that's your reward for being a good boy and girl. And NBs.
Yeah, Nintendo is like the standout in the corporate Japan to basically stand up for LGBTQA plus gamers. So yeah, they do care about the non-binary.
To wrap it back to the online stuff, the other thing people always compare with, they're like Xbox and Sony, Microsoft and Sony, they give you more online capability with your subscription, and then you have to look at it and yes, but they also cost 3 times the amount for a year. Like you are getting what you pay for to an extent when you get the Nintendo Online being $20 a year. Like it's going to be
true.
Like you're going to have a toned down setup, and that's again when they give you the back catalog, the NES, the SNES, the N64, the Sega Genesis, the rumored Game Boy games coming on the horizon.
Please, when? That would be fucking amazing.
Yeah. Give me all the Pokemon games again.
Give me
Yep,
give me the Rugrats Game Boy Advance
Yes.
game. I fucking played the shit out of that game. I remember I rented it from our local
that was the golden age
video
of
store.
licensed video games.
It was like we were on like a family vacation, and like I remember on the way we stopped, rented it, and I just played it all the way up. I have this weird memory of that.
Kept you quiet.
But yeah, overall, peer-to-peer does not exactly, it's not fun per se. It depends very widely on like the connection of everyone involved.
Right.
It's like when we play,
that's
we
the whole
generally have a
deal.
good time because we all have generally decent internet. But the extent that you can, when you play like Splatoon, which is a very random based matchmaking, because I'm pretty sure if it's anything like Splatoon 2, trying to like play with your friends is virtually fucking impossible because it's like you got to like link up via the phone app, and then like that's where your voice chat is. But
yeah,
like,
they do chat through it's through a phone app.
Yeah.
A
That's
Nintendo,
crazy.
like Nintendo.
Nintendo,
phone
yeah,
app?
Nintendo
Okay.
has a chat function,
I
but
have it on my
it's through
phone.
it's through a phone app.
Nintendo
just
Switch
why-
Online.
Everybody just uses Discord instead. If you're actually, say, doing it with friends, people you know.
There was like, they're probably still doing it with the couple
With-
games that use it, but like the
and with
Nintendo
your
Switch
Discord
Online
kittens.
app had like exclusive skins that you could like redeem for Splatoon 2,
Mhm.
like daily for free.
Take that, Overwatch.
Oof, don't get Matt started. It's not.
It's
on
like
the
I don't
notes
even
today.
I don't even
It's
want
not
that
on the
game
notes
to
today.
succeed.
It's not. It's specifically not on the notes today because it would just become a full episode of Matt ranting about why Overwatch 2 is going to
No,
be so bad.
This will be a quick one-off. And it's a game I didn't want to see succeed is somehow making me more upset. That's all I have to say.
All right. So sticking in Japan, we've got just when we thought we were free from game conventions and showcases
free.
and everything, yeah, it's never ending. The next we had one just the other day, after the day before we recorded, and there's going to be another one the day of recording, which we'll get to, but we'll start with the upcoming one. And we'll just do a brief look at it. The Tokyo Game Show is actually, I think it's gonna air
I'm excited.
after recording, but before this episode gets posted. Pretty sure it's middle of next week. It starts the 15th of September, and this will go up like the 18th or something like that. I'm not looking at a calendar, so don't hold me to that.
17th, 16th.
Okay, so day after, or it'll come up in the middle of it. But so yeah, be on the lookout. We'll probably be talking about that on next week's episode. But yeah, basically they've just all we've seen so far. It's just some lineups. But I'm pretty sure Nintendo is going to be completely absent because we're seeing more and more rumors that we talked about on our episode of Uncut Comrades. Go ahead and check out the YouTube, folks. If you can't join us live on Twitch. But that, since Nintendo's going to be doing their own direct stuff coming up soon, but
Nintendo usually likes to give a little buffer around Tokyo Game Show, so they usually like to give like a week. So that's when I expect to see the timing for that. Like they don't tend to like to step on other people's presentations unless it's explicitly like E3 like, when you have to be all around each other. And then they just flop themselves down on the table after Sony and Microsoft slip on their own puke.
Any predictions or selections for most anticipated showcase coming? Because there's a lot of the big Japanese players are going to be there, as well as a lot of smaller Japanese studios and publishers as well.
You're talking about explicitly for Tokyo Game Show?
Yeah, for Tokyo Game Show. Yeah.
I mean, I'm always excited to see what Square's got cooking.
Yeah, that's for me. I've become such a obviously super critical of Square's
You've been
business
square
practices,
pilled,
but I have definitely, absolutely been square pilled, and I kind of hate it. But the games that they've been putting out are
one of us.
are just so much fun. Fuck, I'm enjoying so many of them. I've become like I'm
Well,
only
welcome to why it's hard sometimes.
I'm only like 2 days into Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I'm already just planning like I'm going to do a make a real life replica Buster Sword.
There's a
It's
YouTube channel
been a bust.
of a guy who makes
Don't
replica
bust.
fantasy weapons or video game weapons, and talks about why they're like unwieldy or like bad weapon design and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And he made a Buster Sword out of, it wasn't even metal because it wouldn't have been like possible to lift. He made it out of wood and was just having the hardest time like moving the sword around to do anything sword like.
Yeah, it can only be foam. That's the only thing. Foam core, that's it. But yeah, I mean there's plenty of stuff from Square that like we already kind of know is coming up, but there are quite a few things. I mean, there's going to be a shit ton of Final Fantasy stuff for them. I'm actually probably most interested in seeing what they've got for Valkyrie Elysium. We've talked a lot about it. It's like that's the one where I feel like they need to do the most to sell me on it.
It's still very divisive, but there's a very vocal supportive group for Valkyrie
Yes.
Elysium.
But basically everything else on their list here is like I'm all
Dragon
for it.
Quest and Final Fantasy is what I see when I look at this for the most part.
But then Tactics
And?
Ogre Reborn, I'm really excited for. Diofield Chronicle, that's like gonna come out.
I think that's going to be a
the week
sleeper hit
after.
this year.
I hope so.
I think that has some sleeper potential.
I just love that it's and this is just from playing the preview of it. That it's narrated by the voice actor who voices Geralt from The Witcher. Yeah, I'm super excited for what they've got cooking. Capcom just put out their list here, and I mean there's gonna be like a special Street Fighter thing going on, more Monster Hunter. Can't say there's as much of there that really excites me. Yeah,
Capcom has their tentacles spread out pretty far if you actually like look at the games they release.
Yeah. They're like doing that weird ass Exoprimal game that they're going to be showcasing some more of.
The definitely not Dino Crisis, but everyone just wishes was Dino Crisis.
Yeah, I think Square is going to be the highlight for sure, and that's the one I'm most interested in. But that's all speculation at this point. We actually
I just want a release date for Crisis Core so I can continue to plan out the fact that I won't have any time to chip into my backlog anytime soon.
Yeah, cement the reality that we already know exists. So yeah, I'm fairly certain that's going to be the highlight there. But yeah, we'll dip more into that once it's actually underway. But so yesterday we had a very brief. So I think it's still ongoing is the Disney D23 Expo thing where they're going through all of their yearly stuff. But they had a particular Disney and Marvel game showcase yesterday that lasted all of like 22 minutes, which I was thankful for that I didn't have to sit through another 2-hour presentation of games that I mostly don't care about.
That are just like military propaganda.
Yes. But there are some that I put here in the chat that are of some interest to me, at least. The first thing that they started off with was the unmitigated gall. They are the girl with the gall, Matt.
I'm the girl with the gall.
The fact that they qualified this as a world premiere and worthy of putting out was the Tron Identities. It was a fucking title. That was it. That was it.
God.
It wasn't even a CGI trailer.
More?
Well, we know. Say, I love Tron.
I just meant like
a sweet.
So we will not.
How could you ask for more of anything?
So we will not stand.
Does Tron count as a video
given.
game movie? Could we do a throwback episode for Tron?
Man, I would love to watch the original Tron too.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Tron the series. I want all of them. Tron discussion.
The 2010-ish, I forget what it was like, probably like
Tron Legacy,
Legacies, yeah. Was actually really good. Was really good. I enjoyed that
with
one a
Daft
lot.
Punk.
Yeah.
They did all the music for that, and they're in the movie.
And they're house DJs at one of the characters' bars. But yeah, so this they only showed a title, but then in a follow-up press release, they gave more details. They describe it as a visual novel adventure that follows Query.
No!
I mean, I know you don't like those as much. Like I can find enough of a place for them in for me. I can get enough out of that, so that's not necessarily a turn off for me. But it's you follow Query, a detective program that must solve an unprecedented crime on the grid. So
Query, what a quirky name for a detective.
I think it's good. I think it's good. Like the name of a command. It's a command protocol. Query. No, I think it's good. I'm interested in that, but like again, the absolute absurdity to like just come to not even have
people would have learned by now because like
trailer.
Even the great
Doesn't
Nintendo
affect
has
them.
faltered when it came to Metroid Prime 4 by only showing a title.
It doesn't ultimately hurt them, so they don't give a shit.
I mean, it kind of has. Like Nintendo's gone through some shit over the fact that it's been 5 years and there's still no game, and they've restarted.
I think we've talked about this in the past that so much of these presentations,
it's for hiring.
Yeah, they're not. It's not for fans. It's not for consumers. It's not for the media. It's
to get the people out there looking at jobs to be like, oh look, I can go there and
going.
I can work on Tron.
Look at this
project. Well, it's also
like,
a shareholder. It's pretty much a shareholder convention without being one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But it's like the clearest example one was the we'll call it The Witcher 4, even though that's probably not what it's gonna be. But the next Witcher game, it was all about the announcement that it's like going to Unreal Engine. So it's all about like if you have skills with Unreal, come work on The Witcher with us.
Mm-hmm.
That was purely a job announcement. That's all it was. So it's shitty. I hate the practice. It's really frustrating. And that's just how they started this presentation. It started off on immediately put a bad taste in my mouth.
Then it just kept going.
I mean, I'm skipping over all the garbage, all that stuff. I mean, there's one do have one piece of garbage that I do want to note, but we got a release date for Marvel Midnight Suns.
Yeah, December 2nd, right?
December 2nd, 2022. And this, I guess, wasn't me. Yeah, absolutely. It's by
the XCOM people.
Yeah, it's Firaxis.
And you've been XCOM pilled.
Yeah, I absolutely have been. I really enjoyed that game.
You're just getting pilled a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, again, it's that one wasn't a stretch. That one was not a stretch at all. I've always been
the Square one,
a turn-based strategy, but yeah, Square is the new one for me. So this bit wasn't new, but it caught my ear. Apparently, there is the actual central character for the team in Midnight Suns is a new hero made explicitly for the game that is customizable. You've got your party, that you can create with all the various heroes, but
so I can make my superhero OC in the game.
Mm-hmm. But there's
just like Sonic Frontiers.
You get your original.
Actually, no,
character.
It was Sonic Forces. Sorry.
Yes, you can make an absolute sicko hedgehog.
Really, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, Sonic Forces, you could make your own. So like they built a character creator, so all the Sonic fans could finally put their OC in the game and have him interact with Sonic. So some people made some like deranged, like skinny hedgehogs.
Yes, we love it. All right, so here's the one that is just like absolutely hilarious to me. They're making an Avatar mobile MMORPG shooter game.
They own Avatar?
Yep.
Yeah.
When they bought
Disney.
Fox.
Yeah, it's Disney, baby. Yeah, they showed a bit for the the Ubisoft one too, for the the Frontiers of Pandora. Man, just hit me how also the lack of uniqueness in game titles nowadays as well. They all have the same like 3 words mashed up with maybe the particular for the IPs. You got Sonic Frontiers, you got Frontiers of Pandora, you got
because they're all fucking just focus grouped like buzzwords.
Yeah. What sounds good. But yeah, this looks like crap. This mobile game looks like shit. And it's just hilarious to me to make a shooter game in the because everyone wants to play as the Avatar, but the Marine Avatar. That's what people want. That's what
of
story's
course.
about.
Whenever I hear Avatar, my brain does not first go to Avatar James Cameron. It goes to Avatar The Last Airbender.
Yeah, as it should.
Yeah, so you said Avatar shooter, mobile shooter. Just like
Aang got that thang on him, baby.
Yeah.
Banana clip out the what's the fucking bison's name?
Appa.
Yeah, banana clip out the Appa.
But yeah, this thing is hilarious to me. It's like, everyone wants to be. That's what Avatar is about. Being the jackbooted thug who is, works for the company, being a company avatar. That's what it's all about.
I mean, yeah. Of course, American wouldn't want to play as the indigenous people. They know the outcome of that story.
Liar. I want to play as the
winner
indigenous people so I can throw the things so the U.S. Imperials can win.
It's so funny because it's literally they're trying to make like the mobile like war zone, but just with the Avatar skin over it. It's like it's so funny to me. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of other like actual Disney games. There's
mobile
like
garbage.
But there's like the one that just came out the other day. I forget the name, but it's the Sims meets Animal Crossing. Disney thing.
the Disney princess.
But that doesn't have voice
simulator.
acting. It doesn't have full voice acting, which is outrageous to me.
There was one I saw that was like Disney Dreamlight Valley or something like that.
That's what
That's
it's
it.
called.
No, that's it. That's it. That's it.
I thought it was like a
Animal Crossing
Stardew
Disney
Valley.
with-
No, that's the other one. Yeah, it was like the Valley, and it's like they're literally being blatant with ripping off Stardew Valley.
Yeah, I thought it was like, oh, did Disney buy the IP and like they went for a second sequel?
No, but like they announced because that already launched like a day or two ago, but they announced like, oh, they're doing a Toy Story expansion, and with say where you can do all these adventures with Buzz and Woody, but there's no full voice acting, so it's like the whole appeal is like getting to like live in the simulated world with your
because I mean if I want that I'll go to Kingdom Hearts and get the actual
and they can't talk to you, it's just text boxes with a singular catchphrase that's been pulled from
one of the podcasts I listened to. One of the hosts
why are you
they all try to like try
podcast?
Different games every week to talk about them.
Raider.
And she played this and she was like, I went into this expecting to hate it, and it turns out that I just like to farm radishes in a ball gown, and
don't we all?
Fair enough. I can't hate that. Yeah.
But she also openly admitted that she is a Stardew Valley enjoyer, a crafting simulator enjoyer. So that's
I liked the juxtaposition of the Stardew Valley whatever and just the blatant military propaganda of some of the other Marvel movies or games coming out.
Right, which is like the next one. So there was a bunch of stuff.
I was transitioning for you.
Speculated. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bless up. This was speculated, and we had like several rumors and thoughts about what going into the showcase. Only one of them came to be, and it was this one. The confirmed World War II Captain America Black Panther game.
The one that people thought was a Fantastic Four game.
Yeah, not to be confused with the actual standalone Black Panther game either. That is still in the works as well. Yeah, but this is the one that's coming from the Uncharted game director Amy Hennig. That people thought was going to be a Fantastic Four game.
Yeah, but
I'm kind of interested by
US
that idea.
government.
Yeah, it's World War II. It takes place in Paris, I think. You've got say Captain America, Black Panther, then two other non-superhero characters, and you're fighting Hydra. And like I said, one of them is like a Howling Commando, like one of just the regular troops, which you're right, Matt, is probably Bucky. Is probably pre-Winter Soldier Bucky. And then there's a Kingsguard, a Wakanda Kingsguard. We didn't really get much at all. Like we didn't even get a title.
T'Chaka.
Again, this was a hiring trailer.
Yeah.
It was CG.
Actually, it might be a previous. It might not even be T'Chaka.
It
Might be
yeah, it's probably two
his
generations
father.
back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it could be interesting. They haven't done, really, Guardians of the Galaxy was like the only like good superhero game that's come out in a while.
How dare you, sir?
other
Miles
than-
Morales
yeah.
is right there.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like for some reason,
But
like
they don't
I
count.
yeah, it's like I don't count the Spider-Man games. It's
Yeah.
like, well, one is because like they're also, Sony has them so like has that control of that IP so segregated that like it's its own thing. And yeah, it doesn't tie into anything else, and it's just I appreciate the correction, but yeah, it's like those are like their own thing.
I
But,
can't wait for Wolverine.
So I remain highly skeptical of any of these games.
Lots of Pokemon Go clones in there.
But Amy Hennig has before we get to those, but Amy Hennig has like, some strong pedigree there that, gives me a little bit more
And trust her a bit.
Yeah. So I
can't wait till we get the actual game news and it's a live service, 4-person co-op, Back for Blood clone.
They confirmed it is not.
Yes, I saw that later. Because people were going crazy and they're like, no, we got to stop this before it.
No, they said like it's like, yeah, you like can work they're like, being cheeky about it. It's like you can work cooperatively amongst the characters throughout it, but it is like a single player experience.
Is it gonna be
It's gonna be like Guardians then, probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it Guardians but more interchangeable?
Probably.
Because I feel like if it's at least between Cap and the Black Panther,
Dog, I'm exclusively playing as the Kingsguard. What are you talking about?
Like
the only character I care.
That'd be so funny if it was like a Back for Blood style 4-person co-op where you're the one stuck playing as just the regular guy, just the regular soldier.
I'm just military
with like a pistol.
Yeah, are doing all sorts of cool shit, and you're just being a
like like they're like jumping over an entire fence, and you're like climbing over it like a
yeah. No, so that just wouldn't work. There's no way that would work with that one. So the other one though that was rumored, everyone was talking about, the Iron Man game from EA is going to make an appearance, but that did not show up. There was nothing about that.
Is that even confirmed, or is that all rumor?
Rumor.
That's what I thought.
Pretty sure it's like it's got some.
It's
got
Jeff
some legs
Grubby
to
rumor.
It. So yeah, it's nothing official yet, but like they're.
And I'm not saying Jeff Grubb say it, but I'm saying I'm putting it in that like tier of rumordom.
Yeah, it's got more credibility
compared to like posters on 4chan say uncle who works at Nintendo has proof that Pikmin 6 is real, even though 4 and 5 haven't been released yet.
But yeah, there's there's a bunch of Pokemon Go clones. There's a whole bunch of other just mobile.
I love that they keep trying to copy what happened with Pokemon Go, and every single clone of it has failed.
It's the same thing with Fortnite. Those two things can't be recreated. The magic of those two.
Dude, the summer of 2016 was a different time.
Yeah.
Everyone was in unison.
Pokemon Go to the polls.
That was fall 2016, sir. That's when all of the good times ended.
All right, continuing with the good times and sticking with EA here. We have some news here that I don't think any of us really care about, but I think it's fun to poke at. EA is like establishing a new studio, Ridgeline Studios in Kirkland, Washington, led by Halo co-creator Marcus Leto. No relation to
Jared Leto.
To
Principal Vagina.
It's actually Jared Leto method acting for his next role.
This has been established to head up a new narrative campaign for Battlefield. It doesn't say that it's for Battlefield 2042. It does say it's just like probably just for the next
Battlefield 2042 is going to be so abandoned in the trash the second they can get anything else out.
Not according to EA and DICE. They're still full steam ahead.
I believe EA and DICE.
They're quote committed to realizing 2042's potential and continuing beyond.
Nice.
Which is
until
funny
they release the next Battlefield.
Yeah, well, because that was one of the major criticisms and complaints of 2042. Because of the free-to-play design model, there was no campaign. So they're like, we're listening. We're gonna, put like
2042 wasn't free to play.
I'm pretty sure. I thought, didn't it move to free to play? Didn't
it might have moved to
free
free to play, but it did
it
not.
Wasn't
launch
at first.
free to
That's
play.
correct. That's correct. I remember that. That was again one of the.
That was one of the big things people were pissed about.
You made me pay $60 for this broken piece of trash. But I'm pretty sure it has moved to free to play.
Because it was exclusively a multiplayer and had no campaign. People are like, what did I pay for?
Right. This is for me. Ridgeline Games is focused on building a diverse studio where everyone's voice is valued, and we're creating a strong work-life balance is a priority.
Nice. I love that work-life balance.
Yeah, I believe that. Say, I'm an absolute idiot, and I believe that. I take you at your word.
Because wasn't EA the one who was all problematic with the Titanfall devs when they moved them to Apex? I'm just supposed to memory hole and wave that away, right? Like that didn't happen.
You're speaking a language I don't know.
I mean, again, these are not games that any of us really play. We probably should try to like get a free to play or FPS correspondent to like come in and weigh in on these things
when Harry is of age.
Yeah. So, no, I'm gonna say that's for those at home. That's my nephew, and I will be bringing him up the right way.
He's gonna be like, but everyone's
single
playing
player
on,
only.
Everyone's playing on their favorite tablet game streaming service, and you're gonna hand him a Game Boy and be like, "This is where gaming starts." Play Tetris on a black and white Game Boy.
It's where it started for me. Look how I turned out.
We're all fine, folks.
Yeah, I don't feel dead inside. Yeah. So that was fun.
That was a tiptoe through the tulips, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, I'm really enjoying this next little bit here. We kind of talked about it again. Another plug. Go check out our weekly live streams. We're seeing the spats back and forth between the major gaming CEOs, and like I have here in Ken Watanabe voice, let them fight. Just love seeing them go at it in different headlines, just taking shots at each other. But Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO Jim Ryan, fired back at Phil Spencer, the head of Microsoft Gaming, after Spencer's public statements aimed at antitrust regulators surrounding the signed agreement with Sony to, quote, keep Call of Duty on PlayStation for several more years. An agreement Spencer described as going well beyond typical gaming industry agreements. Ryan responded, I hadn't intended to comment on what I understood to be a private business discussion, but I feel the need to set the record straight because Phil Spencer brought this into the public forum. The saltiness, we love it.
So salty.
Ryan stated, Microsoft has only offered for Call of Duty to remain on PlayStation for 3 years after the current agreement between Activision and Sony ends. After almost 20 years of Call of Duty on PlayStation, their proposal was inadequate on many levels and failed to take into account the impact on our gamers. We want to guarantee PlayStation gamers continue to have the highest quality Call of Duty experience, and Microsoft's proposal undermines this principle. Again, a genre we don't care about, but we can at least appreciate the.
I can say realities. From a historic perspective, I played the original Call of Duty on PlayStation 2.
Same.
That was how I.
Same.
I don't think even when I had when I had an Xbox, I'm pretty sure I only played them on PlayStation.
And I'm not trying to grandstand or anything like that. That's just a little personal history. That's where I was introduced to the series. I didn't play it very often. I was a kid. I was still playing Jack. I think I was playing Jack 2 at that point.
Nice. Yeah. That was a good one.
Yes, I enjoyed that one as well. But yeah, it's because PlayStation has this kind of strange marketing relationship now with Call of Duty. So they get some
DLC earlier or a week earlier on launch, or
they've had these marketing deals, and so that's again what we've said in the past, because this is again an argument that's been going. It's been going back and forth since the announcement to purchase Activision has started. That it's and they've been really just again taking shots at each other indirectly. This is the most direct it's gotten.
Yeah.
But it's talking about how it's PlayStation has the data, has the experience. Having those
the
deals
effect of Call of Duty.
Yeah. to know that, like, Call of Duty has that power, even without some, because you could not really even justify calling what PlayStation had a bit of exclusivity, but like it does kind of fall into that little area that they had those small,
Yeah.
seemingly insignificant benefits.
What
granted,
PlayStation knows
earned them, more revenue through consoles and the like.
Yeah. PlayStation knows that even that small exclusivity window, that 1 week early, that month before launch of DLC exclusivity window, had a tangential effect on how much money they made. And they know if that becomes a full-time deal with one company and they do not have it anymore, that there's going to be a large portion of people who are forced to go over to a different ecosystem to continue to play the game that they almost exclude. There are people who almost exclusively play COD.
Yeah, though there is a large percentage of people who do that.
I would also argue that some of them you play PC because that's where like the real sweats go.
Yeah, true. That's where that's where real competitive online shooters exist is PC, because it's all about that mouse and keyboard action.
It's all about that mouse and keyboard and losing to the guy with an aimbot, baby.
But yeah, I do enjoy seeing them squabble back and forth about this, but like it is quite clear that it's that
Bill is just trying to butter the biscuit to get the purchase done.
It's absolute spin. That's the only way to look
I also want
to
know when this current contract ends.
2024, I think.
2024, and then another 3 years on top.
Yeah.
So it's like something else will happen between them.
It's not 3 years after the contract ends. It's 3 years from now.
No,
the end
it's
of the contract.
No,
it's 3 after
years.
the contract.
Yeah. I'm certain about that. It's they have a current
3 years
deal
after the current deal
on the books already that cannot be voided.
I mean, can be, but
I mean, without penalty. Without significant penalty, they wouldn't do that. I mean, yeah, I guess they can't say that these companies wouldn't do anything. But
do you think Microsoft cares about a penalty?
Yeah, they have enough money to cover their breach.
That's just the deals of business, baby.
But again, it makes them more money to keep it on. To keep that deal right now.
Yeah. I think. I mean, the thing that we could say here is that it's just been offered. So like, there is no agreement beyond the current contract.
Correct.
Because they said it was inadequate.
Bill says, it was when he says their signed agreement, I feel like it means that he and Microsoft signed it, but nobody else did. That's not binding in any way. Again, that's just him signaling to regulators. This was 100%. Particularly in response to the.
I mean, there's also a small portion of it that's signaling towards fans, because people do eat that stuff up and use that as like Phil Spencer is our friend. Phil Spencer is saving gaming. Game Pass is the only way to go. The future.
And those people that it's signaling to aren't the ones concerned, though, because they're already fully
because they're already
in the
in
Xbox
the
ecosystem.
Yeah. It's more of he gets a defense army that can help defend.
Right. Which is not insignificant. I think this is both funny, but then it also has, real world implications that, are not insignificant. As much.
Imagine if the regulators were like, fine, neither of you can respect it. And then they just take it away and say, none of you can have Call of Duty anymore.
I mean, it's gone forever.
Yeah, so just delete Call of Duty.
Yeah, you could have Activision, but it's gotta go away. It's no more Call of Duty.
I feel like the U.S. government would have something to say about that.
They just make a new military shooter.
Microsoft wouldn't care. Microsoft also wouldn't care. That's not why they're. It is like the bit that's not spin. Yeah, the bit that's not spin is they're not buying this for Call of Duty. They're buying this for mobile. That's what they're. I mean, they want to get Call of Duty on mobile. Take the.
I mean, their whole goal is to seed every market. They want Game Pass on smart TVs. They want all the biggest mobile games to be Microsoft owned. They want to be a tentacle everywhere.
Yeah, so I think that's, again, we have more. We've discussed this a lot, and you would say even recently again on our recent Uncut Comrades. So you want to go check that out. Let's keep going. So stepping back just a little bit, we've got again another game convention or presentation, showcase, or whatever that we cannot get away from. It's taking place today, the day of recording. so be on the lookout for more analysis to come. But Ubisoft,
I'm not watching
Forward,
it live. I'll watch the
happening.
chopped down YouTube version later. I respect
I don't-
myself too much.
Yeah, I've got other things I want to do, so I'll probably do that as well, because it's gonna be a lot of it's gonna be Mario and Rabbids, Skull and Bones.
It's actually
like
one of the
things-
bigger games coming out this latter half of the year. There's a lot of hype for Mario and Rabbids.
Just Mario and Rabbids, yeah. Like I said, the last thing they put out for that one actually got me on board. They somehow did it to me. I'm ready to be hurt again.
It's weird because, like, as a waifu enjoyer, I just don't know why I can't get in with Rabid Peach standing right there.
It's all about Rabbid Rosalina. Let's be honest. The disaffected
Luigi.
attitude.
Always about Rosalina.
Did you say Rabbid Luigi? Yes.
Yes, that's also a YouTube channel, by the way.
So yeah, they're gonna look at those games, but obviously the major focus is going to be the future of Assassin's Creed. They've been such the Assassin's Creed part of there is such a leaky ship, man. It's hysterical.
I mean, it's
this
Ubisoft.
stuff
Ubisoft is always a leaky ship,
but it's like all this stuff, like who the marketing department is so sad right now, because it's like whoever leaked that
they had their whole presentation leaked essentially.
Yeah, for Mirage, it's like the smaller Valhalla DLC turned full spin-off.
Standalone. Yeah.
No, it started off as a Valhalla DLC because it's I don't remember the character. You probably would know.
Awesome. I haven't gotten
yeah.
to him, I don't think, to be honest. I opened the game earlier to see.
Yeah,
I was able to download for free his outfit.
Yeah, he's an NPC in Valhalla, but yeah, he's become. It was supposed to be a DLC. Now it's become a full spin-off, a smaller full game, getting quote unquote getting back to the franchise's stealth roots, which is like would get me on board. But that it's just so funny. All that shit got leaked. They had to officially recognize the Mirage as factual because the leaks were so sizable and significant. Which definitely killed the marketing rollout as part of the Forward.
And then their other one got leaked.
Yeah, then they've got these ones they have not confirmed though yet, because there's just so much flying around.
And Jason Schreier confirmed it. I consider that.
Yes, but it's like meaning I'm saying like the Mirage ones were so significant. Ubisoft themselves had to come out and say, yes, this is real.
Congratulations, you figured it out. You ruined the gift we were going to give you. Whoa.
Yeah, the major thing that remains to be seen is what comes from the Assassin's Creed Infinity, their like live service platform that's going to have like multiple game settings as part of one platform.
Didn't they try that already with Unity?
I fell off at that point. Hashtag I fell off.
Hashtag
AC Unity. I don't even remember what that one was.
I don't think they did.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But was that the French one?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
there was one on PS Vita that was called like Liberty.
Yeah, this is during the French Revolution. Oh,
maybe I thought there was one though that was.
This was the one. Unity was the one that is the one that lost me. That was the one that they shipped completely broken. That like I had a game breaking bug and stopped playing. So the settings that they're likely going to show are feudal Japan and the Holy Roman Empire during the witch trials.
Nice.
I knew you'd like the Holy Roman Empire one.
Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Is that it?
No, that was like in between 2 and 3. I played that one.
I swear there was one.
I played that one.
I'm gonna find it.
That was the first one
where you Creed games. I did scroll through the list.
That was the one where you could first start like recruiting extra assassins and have them like you'd call them down to like do attacks and shit.
Oh, okay,
you were making a team, but they were still all NPCs.
Assassin's Creed's Brotherhood, Revelation, 3, and Black Flag all featured a mode where you'd kill other online assassins in an arena.
Oh yeah, there was an online mode. There's been an online mode for a while. I never touched it.
Yeah, okay, so it was the online. Yeah, I never touched it either. That's what I'm thinking of.
But yeah, it's just so funny that all these things have leaked. They're like, can't wait to like show you the future of Assassin's Creed. on
which is just
September
old.
10th,
Yeah.
and at the forward, and just it all just breaks before.
Have you seen the meme format where it's like the guy on the ground getting kicked by the two things, and then a person comes over to like help them, and then they end up suplexing them at the end?
Yeah.
The suplexing person was Jason Schreier with the final, like, oh yeah, here's the last two parts of their presentation.
Yeah. Eat shit, Ubisoft. All right, so more news though from Ubisoft, and this is kind of, I think, our last thing for today. This, has been a kind of long running, we've talked about, like, Ubisoft has been, in a weird spot in that they've both been like seemingly courting a potential buyout, while the Guillemots have also been like, no, we are insistent on remaining independent. And this like kind of all comes back to the like 2014-15 attempted like hostile takeover by the French holding company Vivendi. So it's like Vivendi like took a bunch of stock, and I don't remember the specifics. Something stopped them. They ended up offloading it, and then Tencent came in and picked it up. And they were sitting at around
Tencent is the vulture picking up the scraps everywhere they can.
Yeah, it's like they had about like 5% or something.
Yeah.
Andrew, I know you said you took a look 5%. At the numbers. And then so this broke the other day that they've doubled their investment with about 300 million. Is that what it was?
They invested $300 million total.
Yeah, that's what this current round was. But they've invested in the Guillemot Brothers Limited. They're still this is where it lost me. It's like they're still a minority stakeholder, but it's something like they have 49.9% stake, but then only 5% voting rights or something. And
Yeah,
there was a whole bunch of other stipulations as well. Like
so just like people who live in a city in the United States.
Yeah, they can't sell these new shares for 8 more years, and if they do, the Guillemot brothers have first dibs to buy them back, or I don't know. But
no, it's even after that 8 years. It's they can't sell for
right of first refusal,
and then they have to give a right of first refusal to the Guillemot family after that time. So I mean, this was good news for the family. Like they got they got a big cash infusion, and they don't have to actually sell the thing, and theoretically can use this investment to turn things around to some extent.
Right the sinking ship that will be Skull and Bones.
I forgot that's still coming out.
Yeah, they paid, that's going to be at the forward today. They paid something like an 83% premium or some shit on this. Like, man, like they're not worth it, Tencent. I mean, you don't need to be defended in any way. Like,
don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
Yeah, but Ubisoft is not worth that much money. But like, why? Can you tell us though, Andrew, why they're willing to pay such a high premium on this?
So, I don't really know how that article got that 83%. I did some additional reading and found a really good source from Seeking Alpha. They have a lot of really good in-depth research, but they said that the actual purchase price implies a much closer valuation to Ubisoft's spot rate, which was $40 a share at the point in time. And they did drop below that 40. They're at like 36. So they still paid probably like a 20-30% premium on these shares. But it's that's their cost of getting in. They're deciding that they think they'll either through this be able to eventually buy out the family, or
I was gonna say, is this them just trying to butter the Guillemot's biscuit to get themselves on the table and in the spot where they can slowly start to creep in more and more?
So I think it's like one of three things, and I'd have to see more about Tencent, which I didn't really read up on in terms of their strategy with this purchase or investment. But it's either that play where they're trying to just slowly gain more and more, and then hopes that values have gone up enough in the next 5 years that come that time where they could either sell or not, they could potentially buy out the family, or they want to just invest in Ubisoft because they think that they're priced at a discount and are going to see better values through the next 5 years, or it's strategic, which they did mention to some extent. And I think maybe some of this is a play to bring Ubisoft and Tencent's kind of specialties together. Maybe an Assassin's Creed mobile game is in our future. So it's one of the three. Time will tell which one it ends up actually being.
So, I mean, Tencent is stepping their game up in the cloud computing industry. They're really trying to push into that industry more and more. Part of that partnership with Logitech on that cloud gaming handheld is using their cloud infrastructure. So I wouldn't doubt that they'd try to find a way to get Assassin's Creed into their cloud structure for streaming like that as well.
I do always find it funny to then see things like how after this deal was struck, that the Ubisoft stock falls 17% because all the investors were banking on a real buyout, on a full buyout, which this has seemingly put the stop to. But the Guillemots, they're happy, they're living large.
Yeah, no, this is good.
Good
for
thing
them.
he did that $300,000
Such
bonus
a sacrifice.
cut. Yeah,
such a sacrifice.
That's karma right there. Karma's paying off for the man.
Yeah.
Bless up to the homie. I hope he can eat tonight.
I know it doesn't actually go to him, but it's like sacrificing the 300,000 to get the 300 milli.
That's the definition of you need money to make money.
That's some good deal making there.
Just like Mikey deals.
Mikey deals appreciates the tenacity right there.
Like, what would that be the equivalent of spending $100 on packs to sell one card for 1,000?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, if you could do that, you say we'd never hear the end of it.
Making deals as we speak.
Multitasking. All right, folks. I think that's all I got for today. We've got more news that'll be incoming. I plugged it multiple times, but go ahead and check out our
/YouTube.
Yeah, but our live stream, we talk about all the news that we couldn't cover in the pod. We do that on Tuesdays now. So check us out at Twitch at campaign_comrades. The YouTube channel's got all the VODs if you can't join us, but we'd love to see you there. Maybe joining in the conversation, see what everybody else is thinking. Yeah, Mikey deals. Cut the mic at TCG.
Cut the mic gaming.
Cut the mic gaming. Sorry.
On TCG player. Come on.
I'm gonna make a page called Cut the Mic to scoop up all the misplugs.
Go for it, man. Then I'll sue you for the rights and
then I'll win. That's how the legal system works, baby.
I think that's it for plugs, though. Until next time, we will see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.